possibility of any kind of coordination in counters?
It's possible.
However, U.S. continues to describe the Taliban as a ruthless group and has said that it's unclear whether they would change.
We don't know what the future of the Taliban is, but I can tell you from personal experience that this is a ruthless group from the past, and whether or not they change remains.
A new Afghan government composed of senior Taliban figures could be announced in the coming days. A senior leader told the BBC the government could include women, but not at the top level.
The Taliban are in firm control of the country. This, a huge military parade in the southern city of Kandahar, along with a captured helicopter. But the group still hasn't established a new government, leaving many Afghans in a state of limbo. Now that the final foreign troops have left, an announcement is expected soon. The last time the group was in power in the 1990s, their regime saw public executions and women banned from working. Now they say things are different, though they admit women won't be in senior positions.
Maybe they will be in the government in the lower these things, because in every department of the government ministries, you can say almost half of the workers are women, so they can come back to their work and they can continue. But maybe in this new government which has been announced, in the top post, I mean to say in the cabinet, they may not be women.
The uncertainty about what the future will look like has seen the value of the Afghani drop and concerns about the economy rise. The World Bank and IMF are holding back from continuing support, whilst the US has frozen reserves and most local banks remain closed.
No one has any money right now. All their savings are stuck in the banks. People are just bringing small amounts of cash here to exchange, to pay for everyday living.
I needed money for groceries, but the exchange rate isn't good, so I'm going home. The currency rate just keeps on fluctuating. I pray that God brings stability to the government and these problems can be solved.
The Afghan economy has been heavily dependent on international aid. Whether or not that continues, at least when it comes to the West, is likely to be dependent on what kind of government the Taliban create, what kind of laws it enforces. Governing Afghanistan is going to prove a bigger challenge for the Taliban than taking control of it. They've been holding meetings with senior political figures like former President Hamid Karzai, but many doubt whether they're willing to really share power. Their elusive leader, Mullah Haibatullah, may well be declared leader of an Islamic emirate. These new pictures of some of the final US troops to be withdrawn from Afghanistan. The focus now is on what they've left behind. Sikandar Kamani.
The international aid that was coming in, as well as the funds that the Afghan Central Bank holds, and most of those reserves are actually held.
Resistant front who defend Panjshir to lay down their arms. A senior Taliban leader, Amir Khan Mottaki, said that the Taliban had made many efforts to negotiate with leaders of opposition forces, but talks unfortunately failed. This comes after intermittent clashes between the Taliban and the resistance front were reported in the valley since Monday night. But the National Resistance Front claims that the Taliban have suffered a lot of casualties in the fighting. Speaking to WION, a spokesperson for Panjshir leader Ahmad Massoud claimed that at least 350 Taliban fighters have been killed, 280 of them injured, and 35 taken into custody. They remained defiant, saying that they were ready to defend their province till the end.
Right now we are in the border of the Kapiso and Panjshir province. These are the resistance force of the Panjshir Valley. They are resisting against the invaders that they are coming to Panjshir, that we call them the Taliban. So we have a lot of equipments with ourselves. We will defend from our valley, from our territory until we have one drop of blood in our body. So we will resist until we martyr in here.
Under the leadership of Ahmad Massoud, son of a former Mujahideen commander, several thousand members of local militias and remnants of army and special forces units have been holding out against the Taliban. They call themselves the National Resistance Front and have vowed to defend the valley as the Taliban encircle the area. Panjshir is a narrow valley in the Hindu Kush Mountains, located approximately 140 kilometers north of Kabul. It has limited entry points and its geography offers a natural advantage. The city of just 3,600 kilometers is currently surrounded by Taliban fighters. The Northwest province has shown resistance to outside interference for over 4 decades.